Hi, everybody. Anne Pringle Burnell here. Welcome. We are going to be doing a short workout today, 20 minutes, and it's going to be chair Pilates basics. And we're going to be using a chair. You can stand if you'd like to do this, but this whole workout is designed for a seated Pilates workout. Now, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you hit the bell, you'll get alerts on when we go live. And thanks for joining me today. I'm excited to get started, so go ahead and sit down. And you might want to have a little cushion or something behind you. You can do that for some lumbar support. And if you're taller, you can put a little cushion underneath you to get you seated up higher so you're not all kind of folded under the chair. Okay, great. So we're going to start by warming up. We're just going to peel down from the head to the chest and reach down over the knees and come up. So I can feel my shoulder blades touching the chair. I'm just going to peel them off the chair and stretch gently forward and come back up. And you can open those feet if you want. Exhale. Roll halfway down. So I'm kind of leaving my lower back and my pelvis in place. It's just the head, shoulders, and upper back. Rolling forward. So roll forward just a little bit and back up. Nice. This is just a spine stretch. Forward and up. Nice work. Okay. We're just going to do a couple of head nods. So you just want to drop your chin slightly. So you're just working that top joint there at the top of your neck. Relax and drop the head and then float it back up. Little head nods. And think of when you're dropping the chin that your crown is going higher. So even though I'm lowering the chin, the back of my crown is getting a little taller, right? Stretching. Okay, nice. We're going to work with just a shoulder elevation. And so lift, slide, inhale, and exhale, slide down. Inhale, try not to jam them down, but slide them down so you kind of feel those shoulder blades on your back. Inhale, and exhale, slide down. One more up. Moving those shoulder blades. Nice work. Okay, sometimes they get stuck up here, right? Let's remember to put them down once in a while. So you don't want to shove them down, but just relax them down so that shoulder girdle is sitting there, top of the rib cage. Take your hands and reach forward. And I'm going to turn a little bit sideways so you can see what's happening. My shoulder blades are going to separate, and I'm going to stretch those shoulder blades apart, and then I'm going to squeeze them back together. So slide those shoulder blades apart as you reach forward and then squeeze the shoulder blades together. So if you're touching the back of your chair, you can kind of feel those shoulder blades, right? So protract them or they come apart from the spine and then they squeeze back together. Reach. Slide your scapula. One more. You can just feel like, oh, I want to reach for something, give a big hug. And then squeeze those shoulder blades back together or flat on the rib cage. From here, we're going to just scissor those arms, one up and one down to your comfort level, okay? So inhale as they pass each other, and exhale, reach. Inhale as they pass each other, and exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale, stretch them apart. One arm is stretching up, one arm is stretching down. And last one. Great. We're going to hold on to the side of the chair or your lap and stretch up and over into a little mermaid stretch. And back. Let's do two more on this side. We're warming up the upper body, the shoulders, the neck, and the rib cage, right? Other side. To reach up and over, bending. And you'll notice that the spine and the ribs and the head all kind of arc together. So they follow each other. Good. And release. Now, we're going to come forward just a little bit on the chair so there's a tiny space behind us. And I'm going to pull my belly button in and rock back onto the fleshy part off the sit bones, right? And then sit up in the pelvis. So looking sideways, it's just a little curl your tail under and sink back, and then come up to a nice neutral pelvis right on top of those sit bones, okay? Here we go again. Rock back, a little lumbar imprint, if you will, from Pilates. So kiss that lower back towards the chair as you exhale. Pulling belly button in and back up, and pulling belly button in with that exhale, that wonderful exhale. So I say don't think of breathing in so much. That will happen if you force the exhale slightly. So blow out with a little like you're blowing through a straw. Okay, so that's just kind of rocking that pelvis back and forth through imprint and release. Now, we're going to go into working on our feet. So, parallel feet, you're going to rise up on tiptoe and then lift. So, rocking the feet, pushing onto the floor with the balls of the feet and then the heels of the feet. Okay? I don't know if you can see or notice that if you have weakness in the outside of the ankle, they might bow apart like that, right? But we want to keep them really straight here. So right underneath the knees, the ankles don't bow out to the side. You might have to think of squeezing a little ball, right? Knees are right in line with the feet. Okay, so now we're going to do that in second position. So we're going to open just as far as comfortable, and this is a hip opener, right? You might feel a stretch already here, right? So we'll do the same thing again. Go up on tiptoe, and I'm just pressing on my thighs a little bit, and then staying nice and tall. These basic, wonderful Pilates warm-up exercises are just great to mobilize, your ankles, your upper body, your head, neck, and shoulders, getting everything nice and warm. Great. Okay, from the second position, we're going to just lean and hinge forward in a flat back, stretching those inner thighs. And the hips, maybe you'll feel that. So from tail to head, you're tilting forward without lifting those shoulders up, right? And let's do two more with an exhale. Blow out through that straw. Inhale through the nose. And blow out through the straw. Beautiful. Okay, let's walk those feet in. They're going to be a little wider here, like shoulder width, okay? And we are going to tilt forward a little bit. So I am leaning forward on that angle, and I'm going to round my back. So it's as if, someone just punched me in the stomach here, and I'm clowning around, right? So I'm going to round my back, and now I'm going to lift from my chest out and arch back. So cat-cow, if you will, from yoga. Round, tuck your tail, drop your head, and flex your spine. Now the tail sticks out, the chest sticks out. Good. Let's just go back and forth through this wonderful cat-cow. And round. And arch, chest up. Round. And arch. Just do it with an exhale now. And inhale. And one more. Great work. And sit back up. So we're ready to get started. That was really a good way to warm up to do any workout, but especially with different Pilates principles. So Let's start with the 100. Okay, so we're going to breathe. And in the chair, we're just going to pump our arms here. But try not to bring your shoulders forward. Try to keep them here and sit up really tall. And then we're going to activate a little bit of pelvic floor by lifting our arches a little bit, lifting our heels and engaging those arches. Okay, so we're going to do an inhale, pumping for 5 little pulses, and they're just kind of pat, 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 like that. Pat, pat, pat backwards. And then on the exhale for 5 counts, we're going to lift our heels. All right? It's going to go for 10 rounds. So slow breath in. So I want you to sniff 5 counts really slow. So kind of like sniff, 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 5, and then 5, right? So you have that whole count. And if you gulp the air, right, you'll have 2 more beats to go. All right, here we go. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lift the heels. Inhale, drop the heels. Exhale. Inhale, drop the heels. And exhale. 30. Inhale, drop. 5, and exhale. 40. See how fast this is going? Inhale. And exhale. 50. Inhale. Exhale. 60. Inhale. Exhale. 70. Reaching down with those fingertips. Exhale. 80. Inhale. Exhale. Last set. Inhale. And exhale. 100. All right. You've been breathing now a little deeper because you've taken 5 counts in and 5 counts out. So if you need to just go up and exhale and relax, you can do that. Or if you feel a little lightheaded from breathing deeply, right? So you don't have to do the staccato breathing. I just do it so that you can hear me counting. You can go 5, exhale, 5, right? You can do a smooth inhale and a smooth exhale. All right, I just do that little staccato breathing with the sniffs so that I can count out loud with you guys, and also so that I can, take little sips of air instead of going like engulfing the air. All right, so that is the 100. We're going to do some basic here. We're going to come to the middle of the chair, and let me turn on a quarter angle so you can see. So I've got that space behind me, and I'm going to touch the outside of my knees, so this is like the seam of my pants. So inhale here, exhale, roll back, so bring that belly button back like we did in the warm-up. Your shoulder blades may touch the chair, and inhale, sit tall. Exhale, lead with the hip bones rolling back, sliding the hands up, and then here. So stay wide across your chest. If you want to turn your palms up, that may give you a little bit wider reach, especially if you're broad-chested, right? Sink. I'm just sliding my pinkies along my legs, so sink, half roll back. If you're fine and you're comfortable with that, you can come a little further on the front of the chair and do a bigger range of motion, just if you're fine, right? So inhale, sit tall. Exhale, roll your hip bones. Pull your belly button in. Try not to lift those shoulders. I almost did. And relax. I'm just looking level. And 3 more. Half roll back. Now, if I want to, I can add in my little tippy toe work to get a little bit more inner thigh and pelvic floor engagement. And nice. Half roll back. You guys did great on that. Okay. So let's stay here at the front or middle of the chair, and we're going to twist. So I want you to bring your arms up however high they feel comfortable. If you're here, that's great. Here, stay nice and tall. We're going to turn 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and center. Let's exhale. 1, and again, and again. Center. this is more uncomfortable on your shoulders than core work, touch your shoulders, go to a small lever. Right, so that it's not so heavy with the arms long. 2, 3, inhale, center, stay tall. 2, a little more, and center, and we're squeezing the waist like a little washcloth as we twist. Squeeze it tight in. 3, and inhale. Squeeze it, and inhale. And one more. And center. Take a little back break, round your spine. Take one hand and reach it forward and stretch. Other hand up, and the other hand reaching forward and stretch. Round back. Peel up from bottom to top segmentally. And then just take a moment. Okay, so we're going to do that twisting with lifting one knee a little bit by just going up on tiptoe. Okay, so here, long arms or short arms, doesn't matter. Sit tall and lift and go. Inhale, center, switch. Inhale, center, switch. Inhale, center, switch. Inhale, center, switch. And center and core tightness, tighten, center, pull that belly button in. 3, and last one. Good job. Stay here. Let's do that half roll back one where we slid down and slid back up again, but we're going to add a little rotation. So hands are here, and I want to come up on tiptoes when we go back. So I'm going to drop one hand, rotate and look back, and come back up and lower the heels. So drop one hand, lean back, and come up. Let me show this. Here we go. Drop, up on tiptoes, and come back up. It's just a small rolling and reaching back. I kind of liken it to laying down on a chaise lounge. Oh, can someone bring me a rose tea? What is that song? Oh yeah, Peel Me a Grape. Peel me a grape, crush me some ice. Good, just going into your lounge chair, leaning, and 2 more. And only going back as far as comfortable. Now, for my chair, it's stopping me from going very far. You might have the same thing. So we can do this with the square chair, chair squared off to the front, and we can go to the side, okay? So now I've got some space behind me on the chair, and I'm going to hold on right here onto the chair. So I can lean back a little bit further, pulling my abdominals in and lifting up. And I'm doing one side, right? Still coming up on tiptoes, but you might feel a little bit more obliques on this one if you have some space to lean. Of course, you must pull in your abdominals, and this is 5. Okay? Of course, we've got to spin around and do it on the other side. This won't work if you're on your couch. Okay, great. And we roll back and we reach. I've got my safety hand here, which is me. If I get stuck here, I can pull myself back up, right? And 3. Did I lose my battery pack? Yeah, I did. And 4. Come on, let's do one more. Really pull in your tummy. Try not to do it with your shoulders, right? And release here. Okay, so we want to go ahead and extend a little bit in our hips and in our chest as well. So we're going to scoot over to the side and take one leg out. So opening that hip a little bit. If it's starting to grip, you're going to experiment with turning the knee different ways. So hold onto the chair and stretch. Long mermaid. We'll do 4 of these. Take your time with the Pilates basics and see how they feel on your body. They are more subtle sometimes than other workouts, but they should feel good to your body after you practice them from just a little bit. Now let's just release that hip open, experiment with different angles, try not to lift the shoulders, and reach up and over to your comfort level. Let's say you have range of motion issues with the shoulder, so you can just do a short lever here too, if you want. Reach, and big inhale for the 4th one. Take your whole body with you, and up. Good. Coming forward, so that was for our hips. We're going to just reach down and extend up. 3 of these. 2, and last one. Good, and we will be continuing with some more basic Pilates videos for you, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for joining me.